Most roads are unknown. These are the paranormal roads.
The Great Pyramids, Jack. We have about 2 years ago, we did a show on the Giza complex.
Yeah, that was a cool show.
And so it's been 2 years.
Any new information?
Oh, yeah. Well, they have all the new...
What, sonar stuff? Or
yeah, they have sonar and satellite.
Ground-penetrating radar. Oh, that satellite stuff's really good. They can see, where old lakes are. They show up, they see, this used to be, a 3-mile lake.
Oh, yeah. Well, they have found, in Egypt, they found thousands of possible cities, and they started to uncover... Yeah, they uncover a few of them.
I seen one where they dug one up, and it was a labyrinth underground, and they got these minotaur things, statues.
Wow, I'll have to do some more.
Yeah, and there's this coffin they can't open. It's so large they don't know how they got it down there. It wouldn't fit through the narrow passageways. So
yeah, that kind of reminds me of the Apis bowls. Remember those?
Yeah,
they smashed their bones and they put a big lid on it so nobody could open it. They were afraid of them.
Oh yeah, I think that's kind of what they were. It was the same thing. So,
well, over the last 2 years, there was always stories throughout history of the Nile River flowing east to west, but it doesn't.
Oh yeah,
it goes north to south.
Yeah.
So through the radar, they discovered that the Nile River used to run all the way across Africa.
It used to go east to west.
Right.
So that would have been not a desert. You would have had grass in Africa. So.
Right. So I imagine that's where they're finding all these new cities that are buried under the sand.
Abandoned, yeah. So.
Because nobody knew there was a river there. It was just out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, did you see what they think caused that to happen? Do you think it was a global shift or maybe a nuclear war, or?
It could be because they found that nuclear glass out there in the middle of nowhere, so possibly.
Because what sand's made from, you can make a nuclear bomb can make things sand, so.
Right, and over time, if it becomes glass, it could return back to sand.
Yeah.
So it could become hidden.
Yep.
It's possible.
We've seen there were ancient myths that the people from Atlantis and stuff, they had technology that was more destructive than nuclear weapons.
Wow.
That worked with crystals.
Really?
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me a little bit of Atlantis.
Yeah, it came from the guy the sleeping prophet.
Edgar Cayce?
Yeah, Edgar Cayce said that.
Wow, that's funny. I was going to bring that up.
Atlanteans had crystal technology that was more destructive than nuclear bombs. So I'm wondering if that's what caused the destruction, and maybe that's what caused all these deserts in Africa.
Right. Edgar Cayce also says that the Atlanteans, not all of them died. Some of them became Egyptians. Right. So some of that technology carried over.
Yeah, I know he said there was under the Sphinx, right paw, there's supposed to be a chamber with all the secrets of the world hidden.
Right. Well, they found that a few years ago. I don't know if you remember that. I don't know if we talked about that in the last show.
But the Egyptian government won't let them excavate there.
Well, Dr. Hawass, right? He is the head of the Egyptology department of the whole country. He's in charge of it.
He's the head honcho.
Right. I'm sure you've seen him if you've seen pictures of him. You can look him up on the internet, anybody out there. But so they found a chamber under the Sphinx foot. I think it was the right paw.
Yeah.
So at first, Dr. Hawass was oh, we didn't find nothing, like a cover-up type. But then he had to come out, later under pressure from other people in the government. He did come out and say that they did find a chamber, but it was empty, which I think is bullshit.
Oh yeah, and if it's paper and scrolls, that won't show up. I think those detectors only pick up solid structures.
Right, or
So,
large.
or large, like metallic, or
Right.
so
That brings me
clay.
to...
Things that will bounce a signature off. I don't think like leather bound. Maybe even skinned. Maybe they got stuff made out of written on skin. Who knows? Because they did that back then.
Right. Well, the technology changes so fast. So a couple weeks ago, and the reason I want to do this Great Pyramid update is because with the new sonar technology, they've actually found 2 new chambers in the Great Pyramid.
Oh, inside of the Great Pyramid.
Right, because you got the King's Chamber and the Queen's Chamber. Now they found 2 new chambers.
So what? Why couldn't they find them before? Is it like walls, or are they hidden behind a like? Is there any entryway have they found since they've seen it on radar? Or?
Well, there's different theories because some people think when they built the pyramids, they took the scraps left over from the mining process and dumped it in the middle.
Oh, okay.
So that could have scattered old technology, but with the new technology, that's not a problem.
So there might be old technology in these chambers.
Right. So, and I think that the aliens had built the Great Pyramid before the Egyptians got there.
Oh, the Egyptian history, they even say that they didn't build it. They say the people from the sky built it.
Right.
And they were very large. That's what they said.
So we have a couple new hidden chambers in the Great Pyramid. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. So put a comment down there. Let us know what you think those chambers are and what you think's inside of them.
Yeah, that's great. And Dr. Hawass, of course, he comes out and says, "Oh, there's no chambers in there. Them people are full of shit."
But he's going to be changing that in about 6 months.
Right. So they're
in the future.
Yeah, they're trying to get
access,
permission, because I want to know. I want to know what's inside them walls. I want them to take a few of them large blocks out to see if there's anything in there.
Why wouldn't he want to know?
Right.
And it's like, does he already know? Did they find those chambers years ago and they already investigated it, and the governments come and say you can't let people know what's in there?
Well, scientifically, I want to know how they built the pyramids. I want to know if they dumped all the scraps in the middle. We won't know that unless they move some of the blocks.
Yeah. Maybe it's a Stargate.
Ah, there could be alien technology in there.
Because, that is a theory written on, like, some tablets and stuff that it's actually used as a type of a Stargate. So, like, from one Earth to, like, the next, to where whoever built it, to their land.
Well, I mean,
I've read that.
Some people think that the pyramid that we know of now, the chambers and the shafts, it produced energy.
Yeah.
Well, maybe inside those hidden chambers, there's some scrolls or some tablets where it shows how to use it. Instructions, right.
Yeah.
This is how you use it. This is how you contact us, and we'll come back. Aliens could come back. Like, we could open this chamber, find out how to use the technology, signal them. They can come right on down.
Oh, yeah, and then with the, you said the energy coming out, like, what they call ley lines and stuff.
Right.
These pyramids, if you cross-section them with the longitude and latitude across the world, there's pyramids around the world where they all connect. So the theory was when they came out of the vents, because there's vents on the pyramid, they actually are straight lines with other pyramids around the world, like in Guadalupe or
all over the world. They found them hidden in China,
covered over by grass and mountains. Like the Chinese government has actually even covered some with dirt. I heard. Don't know if that's accurate, but those are like some of the reports.
So inside this pyramid, the Great Pyramid, we might find the instructions to kickstart this entire Earth-generating machine, and we can have possibly free energy.
Free energy. So things are free. They want to keep that hidden. So
right. Oh yeah, because there's no money in free.
Yeah. But
all right. Well, I think that's good. I just wanted to, spend at least a few minutes on the Great Pyramid, because there's so much mysteries surrounding the Giza complex.
And if anybody has any questions or thoughts, just put it in the comments, and we can comment with you.
Right.
Or on YouTube.
Or ideas for other shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always are accepting ideas for new shows, and, so let us know out there.
If you need a house investigated for a ghost, just let us know.
Yeah, we got to get back into that.
So
I want to do some more interviews in the future with, people's ghost stories and, get together, do some more, ghost hunting. That'd be awesome. But for right now, we're going to take off. This is Mike.
This is Jack. Thanks for listening.